So today we're looking at how to maintain our CoxBoxes on a weekly basis if you're in saltwater, maybe on a semi-monthly or monthly basis if you're in freshwater. We're going to go ahead and undo our connectors here, get rid of our microphone and get rid of our wiring harness or our pigtail from our boat. And we're going to want to start off with cleaning. So to clean, we're going to go ahead and take this little tiny drill bit, or we could even use just the back end of this little Q-tip here, or could use a pipe cleaner. We're going to want to go ahead and take an alcohol pad or some liquid rubbing alcohol and go ahead and clean that off there. And then go inside of each one of our little connector holes there and just try to break free some of the dirt and debris that's been crusted on to each one of the connectors there. Once we've done that, we'll go ahead and take our little alcohol pad here, unfold it, we'll wrap it around nice and tight to our Q-tip there. And we'll go ahead and clean out each individual little connector hole there. Works even better if you have a pipe cleaner to dip in some rubbing alcohol. Then we're going to go ahead and clean around the connectors to the sides of them. Just all the dirt and debris out from all around there. So now that we've gone ahead and cleaned up our connectors on our CoxBox, we're going to want to go ahead and clean the connectors on our pigtail on our boat and also the connector on our microphone. So we'll go ahead and take our rolled up little alcohol swab or a Q-tip dipped in alcohol and clean out all the excess grease from before and all the dirt and stuff that's built up inside there. Get those guys nice and cleaned up. And these are brand new, so they're already pretty clean. And the next step is going to be applying a thin coat of lubrication grease to here, as well as some dielectric grease. This dielectric grease actually helps conduct electricity between these pins that you see down inside of your harnesses here and the receptacles on your CoxBox unit. So we'll go ahead and take a clean Q-tip here, and we're going to apply a little bit of dielectric grease to our connectors, as well as to the connectors on the microphone and pigtail on the boat. You could use either the NK electrical contact grease, or we're going to go ahead and use our own here. It's all really the same stuff, just some dielectric grease. Get a little bit out onto our Q-tip here. And we'll start with the pigtail on the boat. Go ahead and reach in there and just try to get each pin, just a tiny dab of grease on each pin there. Help it make contact. There's 4 pins inside your pigtail on your boat. 2 pins are for voice amplification and 2 pins are for your stroke rate. We'll go ahead and get our connector on our microphone here. And say if you're replacing a speaker or something, you could even do the same thing for your speaker here. You would want to go ahead and apply just a little bit of coating to those pins inside there, and we'll show you in a minute how you can actually use the speaker for a microphone if you cannot find a good microphone around the boathouse. Next thing we're going to do is take that same Q-tip, and if you're in a pinch, you could use the dielectric grease as a lubricant around here. We'd rather go ahead and clean this off a little bit, and then we'll use the actual silicone grease that's not quite as conductive to grease the outsides of the connectors, and that'll make the connectors a lot easier to slip on. It's just a light coating on there all the way around. And of course on the insides of the connectors as well, just the inside of the pigtail for the boat and the inside of the connector for your microphone there. Last thing we're going to do is apply a little bit of dielectric grease to each of these little pins there. We could take our little syringe and fill up each hole just a tiny bit, not too much. You don't want it oozing out. You want to make sure you wipe off any excess that there is. We'll go ahead and use our own dielectric grease here and just push in a tiny bit into each hole with our finger. Just kind of tap it down in there. And then we're going to be sure to wipe off any excess with an alcohol pad. Alrighty. Got all that cleaned up, and now our connectors are going to slide on a whole heck of a lot easier, so we can get our pigtail there, slides right on, makes good contact. And we'll get our microphone connector here. Oh, got that lined up wrong there. And we can give our microphone a little test. We can hear that our speaker here is working. Test. And we can also replace our microphone here with this speaker. So we could disconnect that, and we could use the speaker here in a pinch as our microphone. Get our arrow lined up there. Test, test. And so the thing with the speaker is you actually have to turn your volume up a little louder, but it'll pick you up pretty clearly. And you can use that if you can't find any good microphones around the boathouse. So that's all there is to your routine cleaning for your Coxbox. Again, that should be once a week if you're in saltwater, and maybe every 2 weeks or once a month if you're in freshwater. For your daily maintenance, you should just rinse off any salt water that's on the unit, and if you're already in freshwater, then just pat it dry and try to keep it from getting too wet or sitting overnight with too much water on it. And that's about all there is to it. Thanks for watching. Good luck.